So, my channel only seems to really do well when I'm talking about something fantasy related. So anyway, this is one of my favorite childhood shows that I was 90% sure was actually a hallucination I had up until very recently.
Barbarian! 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 Dave the Barbarian!
That's right, Dave the Barbarian. And no, I don't just like it because the main character shares my first name. Incidentally, I just realized I've never told anyone my first name on this channel, so if you don't know me in real life, you don't know it. It's... But yes, Dave the Barbarian. It was a animated TV show that ran on the Disney Channel starting in 2004 and ending in 2005. There's really not a lot to it. There was a total of 21 episodes with only one season. I really don't think this show got the recognition it deserves, and it totally deserves a cult following if you ask me. But anyway, the series follows the royal family of Udragar. Dave, the aforementioned barbarian, who, despite being big and like a big barbarian type, prefers to spend his time knitting and cooking and such. This is usually played for laughs.
I know! I endangered this sweet little guy in a gutless attempt to save my own skin! I truly am a coward.
But oftentimes it tends to be the thing that saves them.
Normal Dave always saves the day because he does something smart. This new brave Dave is just gonna keep fighting until he gets squished into a mushy paste.
His sisters are Fang and Candy, who are basically, one is the barbarian stereotype, and the other is teenage girl who really doesn't want to be part of this whole princess thing.
Don't worry, this won't take long.
Someone done stole my cow.
Your cow's right there.
This is my sister.
I've never been so insulted!
And their uncle Oswidge, who is a sorcerer in the same way I am a YouTuber. He usually screws things up and doesn't really make things any better.
Unibrunkia!
Dude, you made it bigger.
Yep, I'd say a good 10%. Do I know you?
His role tends to be just for the sake of exposition. But the voice actor and the writing is so good that you don't mind that he's basically just spouting exposition at you, because there's usually a funny joke in there somewhere.
Candy's decided to go for the magic muscles. Some nonsense about not wanting to die.
Great! Here, all you gotta do is eat one of these magic carrots.
Uncle Oswidge!
Right, yeah, carrots are good for your eyesight, not your muscles. You want the magic broccoli.
And the last of the main protagonists would be Lula, Dave's enchanted, sarcastic sword, who mostly just sits in the back and calls everyone else's plans stupid, because they usually are.
I'm trying to finish my new musical, Oh Pastry. It's the touching story of one man's love for baked goods.
There are words to describe how stupid that is, but if I said them, I'd get bleeped.
With this, you're probably wondering, hey, where are their parents? Oh yeah, they're off fighting evil. Just evil. Nondescript evil.
Well, when you fight evil, sometimes you're gonna get put in a fiendish death trap from which you have to heroically escape at the last instant.
So, what's up?
I love this show. And here they're juxtaposed against their main antagonist, the Dark Lord Chuckles, the silly piggy. And I am not making that up.
Dermaloon has been conquered by the Master of Evil, the Prince of Destruction, the Dark Lord.
Chuckles, the silly piggy!
Mostly the comedy from him is you just don't expect somebody, a pontificating villain, to be a cute little piggy. And a guy from the future who comes back in time through a time zipper. I'm not kidding.
When a fiery comet hits an zipper! Seconds later, a secret experimental laser bombards the zipper with hyper-violet mercury rays. Then it is doused with mysterious chemicals, struck by the mystical powers of the Norse gods, bitten by a radioactive grasshopper, and taught the arcane ability to cloud men's minds by an inscrutable monk.
Wow, that hardly ever happens.
Who is constantly trying to take over the world using modern-day technology. usually to pretty poor effect.
The touch of a button, I open garage doors without leaving my car. I'm magic.
What's a garage?
What's a car?
Rounding off the main bad guys, we have, to be fair, the best Disney princess, Princess Irma Plotz. Her main thing is her and Dave have a crush on each other, but one is good and one is evil and they just can't get along, and it creates some hilarious hijinks.
And so Dave tries to be just a little evil.
Ooh, nut logs. Take one, eh? How about two?
And Irma Plotz tries to be just a little good.
Right on time. Strange. The last page is missing.
Wahaha? Okay, that was a bust.
And that's really all you can say. It's a really funny show. This is the setup. I don't think I need to explain to you the joke in the title. Dave the Barbarian is an obvious play on Conan the Barbarian. You'll find a lot of fantasy tropes get made fun of here.
So, without the valuable support a spoiled teenager and an incompetent sorcerer could provide, Dave, Fang, Lula, and Faffy embark on a most difficult journey. They travel over hill and dale.
Hey, Dale.
Excuse us, Dale.
I'm used to it.
And I gotta say, this series is pretty much a master of what you might call nonsense humor.
Thinking quickly, Dave constructs a homemade megaphone using only some string, a squirrel, and a megaphone.
I guess that's one way to make a megaphone. But it also has a self-awareness about it that makes you think, oh, Rick, you think you were the first one dissecting tropes in storytelling?
You started this. You have to be the one who stops it.
Who says?
The guy who wrote this book on heroic story structure.
And that's really it. It's a funny show. You can find all the episodes right here on YouTube. If you've got the time, which you might, depending on how your state is dealing with the COVID lockdown, then you should totally watch it. It's a really funny show that I think deserves more recognition.
Hi, I'm Dave the Barbarian. And this is my peculiar scaly chum, Faffy. I'm sure many of you are wondering why I tied a squirrel to a megaphone. Well,